Welcome to Inside a Landfill, the hidden world of waste management. What happens to trash after it leaves homes and offices? Where does it all go? Let's explore the hidden world of waste management and uncover the steps of what really happens to garbage. Let's start at the beginning, the trash cans. Every week, garbage, waste or trash is collected from the trash bins. The first stop is usually a transfer station. Here, garbage trucks empty the loads onto a large floor. Workers sort through the waste, removing any obvious recyclables or hazardous materials. The remaining trash is then loaded onto larger trucks for the journey to the landfill. Now, let's head to the landfill itself. The landfill is a carefully engineered structure, not just a hole in the ground. Landfill is designed to protect the surrounding environment from contamination. Let's take a closer look at how a modern landfill is constructed. At the bottom, there is a layer of compacted clay. On top of that, a thick waterproof plastic liner is installed. This liner acts as a barrier, preventing harmful liquids from seeping into the groundwater. Above the liner, there is a drainage system to collect liquid waste or leachate. This leachate is treated before being released back into the environment. Now, let's watch as a garbage truck arrives. It drives up to the active cell, the area accepting waste. The truck empties its load and a bulldozer spreads the waste evenly. A compactor then drives over the waste, crushing it down. The compactor compacts the trash along with other waste to save space. At the end of each day, workers cover the new waste with a layer of soil to control odors and keep pests away. It also prevents lightweight materials from blowing away in the wind. What is really going on inside those layers? That is where decomposition comes into play. Decomposition is a process of breaking down organic matter. In a landfill, it's a slow process involving various microorganisms and our discarded items. Tiny bacteria pack a punch when it comes to breaking down organic matter. And let's not forget about the insects and other small creatures that call the landfill home. Not everything in a landfill decomposes at the same rate. Let's look at some common items and their decomposition times. This difference in decomposition rates creates some interesting challenges. As items break down at different speeds, the landfill can become unstable. This is why proper management of landfills is so important. Isn't decomposition a good thing? Well, yes and no. In nature, decomposition helps recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem. But in a landfill, it's a different story. Most landfills are sealed off from oxygen. This creates what scientists call an anaerobic environment. Without oxygen, decomposition takes a different path. Instead of producing carbon dioxide, it produces methane. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas, about 25 times more effective at trapping heat than carbon dioxide. So what about greenhouse gases like methane produced as waste decomposes in landfills? Landfills have systems in place to manage this too. Pipes are installed throughout the landfill to collect these gases. Many landfills now capture this methane and use it to generate electricity. What about the stuff that doesn't decompose and harm the environment? Items like plastics, metals and glass can stick around for a very long time. This is why recycling and reducing waste is so important. While recycling helps, it's not a complete solution. Many items can't be recycled and others are contaminated with food waste. That is why landfills are still a necessary part of our waste management system. But what can we do to reduce the amount of waste going to landfills? First, we can try to reduce our overall consumption. Second, we can reuse items whenever possible. And third, we can make sure we are recycling correctly. Every little bit helps in extending the life of our landfills. Let's talk about some of the challenges faced by landfill operators. One major issue is dealing with hazardous waste. Things like batteries, electronics, and certain chemicals shouldn't go into regular trash. When they do, they can cause problems at the landfill. Another challenge is managing odors and controlling pests. Landfill operators use various techniques to minimize these issues. Let's talk about the lifespan of a landfill. Most are designed to last about 30 to 50 years. Once a landfill reaches capacity, it is closed and monitored for many years after. The surface is covered with layers of soil and vegetation. Over time, closed landfills can be transformed into parks or other public spaces by a process called landfill reclamation. Even closed landfills need monitoring. They continue to produce gases and leachate for many years. It is a long-term commitment to manage our waste responsibly. Now, let's consider the future of waste management. Many cities are moving towards a zero waste goal. This doesn't mean producing no waste at all, but rather diverting as much as possible from landfills. Some cities are experimenting with advanced sorting technologies. Others are exploring ways to turn waste into energy more efficiently. Before we wrap up, let's recap. Landfills are complex, engineered structures. They are designed to protect the environment while managing our waste. But they are not a perfect solution, and they have limited lifespans. In the big picture of waste management, landfills are just one part. They work alongside recycling centers, composting facilities, and waste-to-energy plants. Each plays a crucial role in managing the massive amount of waste we produce. But we as individuals can all play a part in reducing the amount of waste we produce. So the next time you throw something away, think about its journey. Ask these questions. Where will it end up? How long will it take to break down? And most importantly, could you have avoided creating that waste in the first place? Remember that away is a real place with real impacts on our environment.